Hello, everybody. It's Max Farrell. This is DexTrader.com. This is the 5-minute Nadex trading and training with your trader's mind. We're going to get started in a few minutes. If you guys can all hear me okay, say yes in the chat room there. And I'll see it come up to make sure my volume is up good. Good to see. Good to see. Seeing some yeses in there. That's great. All right, we're going to get started. Now, here's what I'm going to ask is that tonight, I got a lot of stuff to cover in a very short period of time. I know you're going to have questions. You can save the questions to the end and ask them in the chat room, and we'll try to get to each and every one of you. Or you can write us at, on the email at the end. There'll be some contact information. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Max Farrell, and I am the owner and one of the founders of DexTrader.com and your host for this evening. Just a quick history about myself. 9 years ago, I founded a marketing firm that also built software, and we organized $1 million online radio network. We had over 3,600 radio stations. We had more than 5 million songs and events and systems going through our programs. I personally programmed and made some of the main software that is used today in network solutions and advertising for radio systems and radio advertising. But what does that really have to do with trading? Actually, quite a bit, because it gave me a lot of experience to be able to do what I do now. While building this system, I wanted to be able to diversify the income and my portfolio of the Our City product. And we got involved with an overseas binary network. Now, some of you are already face palming, right? You're like, oh my God, I know where this story's going. And you're right. Unfortunately, we met some pretty shady characters. And he took us, really me, for a huge sum of money, $115,000 we got scammed. Now, trying to learn from this mistake, which I refer to as a lesson, I began to research more. And I began to look into this industry and found out about 90% of the people and networks that are in this industry, these Forex companies, are scams. I know that's a really high number. And you're like, no way, Max, that can't be true. It's absolutely true. And I hate to say it, but the only way you find out is by start to deal with them and talk to them, and they all start to sound the same. They want to fake you out with trying to make you stay with them as long as possible so they can keep your money. Because the longer they let you stay, the longer it is before you'll even see money for any of it. And it was at this time that I knew we needed to do something. I was already well versed in building companies and building successful networks and solutions. I just needed to find something that would work here in this industry. Of course, after being hurt, we focused on building the system because we wanted to help those achieve their goals. But we also knew that it was going to take some hard work and determination. We built a signal system first. Now, we had to research a strategy and a system and all that, which really we put a lot of time and effort in, millions and millions and millions of trades and practice trades and strategy testing and everything went into finding the right signal system that we needed to create. We yielded this new signal system with a 96% success rate. And holy crap, we made a small fortune for ourselves. We used the system, the North American Derivative Exchange called Nadex, and that's where we made most of our money from this new system. But though we were making money, we really wanted to help others make their money now. And even though we had great success, people were still not getting the same results we had. Even though we invented it and programmed it, there were still other people that were using it now that weren't having this success. Now, most of the success was done in longer term trades. Now, before I tell you why they weren't having success, you must know that it takes a special type of commitment to be able to do this, and not everyone can. You also must know and understand that even though the strongest of those that are committed, you still need time to train, of course, demo and analyze your ability in this system. So if you have the commitment and the desire to learn, what I'm about to teach you that you could be a part of, you will have a high percentage that will do extremely well, and you'll get some that will definitely meet their goals. But you're going to have to commit. So why can some use the system and some not? Well, we learned that the people that aren't successful are the ones that really don't commit to the process, but also don't take the proper time to train. We learned from the beginning that trading is an art. And with this art, there's a special way your brain needs to operate. You need to learn certain features and disciplines before you can even become successful. Our human element is greedy. And we don't know that we have to put a lot of time and effort into something until it's too late. We found out that it takes about 500 to 1,000 trades to become familiar with the process and trade it very well. That's why we already were good at it, because we had already practiced trading with all the strategies and other systems we've done. We had pre-programmed our brains to be a certain way, and that's why us as the owners were making so much money. When we put it into the hands of the novice, or the person who hadn't had that experience, they weren't as successful. We learned that the hard way. Our trading systems that we use right now, or that we were using before and still use today, take about, they're 1 to 2 hour trades. So you have to think, if it takes 500 to 1,000 trades to become familiar, that's 500 to 1,000 hours, maybe even 2,000 hours to be able to really get this down. That's months. And for some of you that can only do it part-time, that might be more than half a year. And that time that it takes is far too long for most to endure. So, what if I were to tell you that we developed something that really does, one, help you learn faster, train any time of day, okay, tracks the results to better help you analyze your pathway, and for a select few, become a way of trading full-time from home? What if I were to tell you that? Would this improve your trading life and your want to be in this industry? Of course it would. And that's what we have here, 5-minute trading signals on Nadex. This 5-minute trading signals that we offer is very powerful. Now, if you're not familiar with Nadex, Nadex has a system on board that allows 5-minute trades. And if you're not familiar with these guys, don't worry. We got a lot of stuff inside to be able to train you, especially with our Nadex Ninja series that'll train you on everything you need to know about 5-minute trades and binaries and trading on Nadex. But in short, Nadex is the North American Derivative Exchange. It's a CFTC regulated system here in the United States, which means that it's 100% legal. It's not like some of these overseas binary networks that you see out there. And trading 5-minute trades allow you to do a lot of them in 1 hour. Well, in the beginning, we want you to learn quickly. And 5-minute trades allows you to learn how to navigate and understand the system over at Nadex. And remember what I said, 500 to 1,000 trades. Now, instead of 500 to 1,000 trades taking you 6-7 months, you could possibly have that done in 2 weeks and start understanding how to navigate and operate and know how to see support and resistance and use all these terms and systems. Now, once you do that, you'll start to really understand how quick to be able to trade and how to get these lessons on. Now, lastly, before I jump in and start showing you the systems and what we do and what I want, you to be able to follow, I want to warn you about one thing. Trading 5-minute signals should not be your end goal. Only about 20% of people that go through the system can maintain the level of discipline to consistently maintain that level of operation that you need to be profitable in 5 minutes. I know it sounds kind of redundant. But in order for you to be able to be that 20%, it takes a type of very special individual. Now, if you are that type of person, don't worry, I got plenty of stuff in there to be able to help you as well. So, the pathway. Everybody's going to start out in the 5-minute trading system. You'll get your learning pathway figured out, which means that you'll figure out whether or not you like Euro USD, or you like the Asian session or the US session or the overlap or what have you. And then once you do that, 5-minute trading really will transfer into longer term trading easily enough, because you'll already know all the systems on Nadex. You'll already know how the pair operates. You'll already know how to get in and out of long-term trades or short-term trades just by the training alone. Then once you graduate to those longer term signals and you get your groove on, let me tell you, it could be that simple. Now, you may have the question, hey, well, what if I'm part of that 20%? Then you hang on tightly because you're going to make a meeting with me. We're going to place you in a very special group of traders that I check on regularly because I want to be able to slowly develop and hone your skills even further. Because the type of mentality you have is a little bit faster paced, called the scalper. And there are some things that I can teach you, even in the world in Forex, in the world in Nadex, that you could do extremely well if you maintain a consistency rate that we're looking for. Okay, so there's a lot of programs in here that we can have utilized for your best benefit. All right, let's go have a look at what we have inside, and so you can start to see all the wonderful tools and systems that we have for you. As you can see, our site is set up very simply. So once you log in, you have a choice of going to your Nadex portal or your Forex portal. Remember, I said that we have two major systems, one for being for Nadex and the other being for Forex. And I'll have some special offers for you by the end of this webinar. If you click on your Nadex member portal, it'll bring you to a couple decisions and places that you have to get to. And here's our Nadex portal now. Now, this is basically just your member portal. So it's going to have the areas where you can click off to go to, it's basically like your main hub, okay? There's where the 5-minute signals and tradings are. There's where the basic signals are. We got some series training. We have a button to click on to do a consult with me. Yep, they're absolutely free. I'm here to help you within a certain period of time a day. If you can't make that, you just send me an email and we'll help you out as much as possible. And of course, you can contact us via that button there. That'll set up a direct email, or there's even an online chat that's an email support because I'm sitting here with you now, as well as it's a little bit later. But you can also send an offline message, okay? So very, very simple to be able to utilize. But let's get over to the 5-minute signals area, and so I can show you a little bit of what all that entails. Now, remember, 5-minute trading is very powerful. One, it's going to get us in and out of trades to be able to learn how to use Nadex. Two, it puts a lot of time that there's a lot of availability to make a lot of trades. Now, in most 5-minute trading systems that you have to use MetaTrader or all those softwares and everything else, even though we have those here and we can give you those processes, our WB, which stands for web-based, is the most popular. Why? Because of this feature alone. We have created our own chart system. Now, this chart system runs on a 1-minute data. So that means you're not going to get data every single second that comes over. But why it's so powerful? Because on the 1-minute data, our success rates are pretty dang good. Now, in the very beginning, you may be trying to take every single trade, but we're going to show you how to navigate the process by which pairs, which arrows to follow, which support and resistance. If you see these little red dotted lines here, support and resistance, and our special own Dex MACD, we teach you how to read the histogram chart and how to operate within what signals and which ones to take. Because we know that sometimes trades go against us, like this one here, or even this one here. But these could have been immediately avoided just by some operational information. One, where's the arrow located to the support and resistance line? If it's right at it, this looks like a pretty good trade to be in. And of course, it proved to yield out a good result. But this one here, coming up to hit the support line, was forced up against it. And in this being that at this time, this was a downward trend, doom, 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 an up arrow would have meant it would have been going against the trend. Okay, so what we look for is to a little bit of pullback and then go back with the trend. So this very first arrow would have been one we would have gotten into. Now, would I have gotten into the other 3 arrows? The answer is probably not. Why? Because I believe that as soon as the pullback happens and it begins in its direction, guess what happens? We're following the trend. Now, sometimes you might get pullback that we just don't know about yet, but later on, you'll learn how to read these and you could take those chances. But for me, I'm only looking for 1 or 2 trades that happen every hour. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if I'm only trading 2 or 3 times, I'm not looking to trade a lot. I'm only looking to trade in a very short period of time. Why? Because I know once I become consistent, all I have to do is add volume to get to my goal. And that brings me up to one part of our system here that I need you to know about. It's an equation that I came up with called consistency plus volume equals goal. CVG. Now, as I get back over to the membership portal here for the 5-minute M2 Signals portal, there's other features within this system. There's a news process that you hear all the chimes in there for when a new signal comes up. There's a chat process. There's the rules here. There's quite a few things that are in here. Now, if it looks a little bit different when you get in there, we're doing, as of today, we're doing a couple of little small revamps to the way this portal looks. So don't be discouraged if you get here and you don't see the green. It might be a little bit different color, or the buttons may be rearranged. It'll basically have the same feel, and there'll always be training on the first page on how to use everything, okay? Next, under the signal system, for 5 minutes, you also can get the indicators for the 5-minute indicator. Now, why is this so important? If you didn't want to use the WB system, you could easily use the indicator system, which is extremely easy to install and has some of the easiest features to be able to work with. We have 5-minute webinars, what we call 5-minute trading webinars, during the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can always tune in live there and ask your rep either in the chat room or via email at cs@dextrader.com to be able to find out when your next one is. Now, that shows live trading being done. We discuss the market. We discuss details. You can ask questions, all that kind of great stuff. All right. So using the indicators, very simple. We also have within that buy-in of this process, the DEX support and resistance indicator, very, very powerful for your use in MetaTrader 4, as well as the DEX MACD indicator. It's the same tools that you see that are used on the chart here, but in more dynamic form. Now, underneath the Nadex portal as well, there is a ton of training. Inside the training system here, there is the signals training, of course, the Nadex Ninja series, which will teach you everything there is about trading on Nadex with 5-minute binaries. And of course, the MetaTrader Mayhem. If you decided you didn't want to use the WB, the web-based system, you could use MetaTrader. That's a training series, and it'll train you everything there is about MetaTrader. They're quite extensive. They have quite a few videos on that will really get detailed in the system for you. As a bonus, there's also the Trader's Mind series. That's right. When you sign up for the company and the system, you come on board, the Trader's Mind series will teach you how to trade the binaries on Nadex for 5 minutes and teach you how to trade them without barely any indicators. There's only two other indicators. It's the same indicator, but used in 2 different ways, called the stochastic system. And we teach you how to trade with that in a scalping mentality. A little bit more risky, takes a really, really finite control, but I'm pretty sure you could figure some of it out and do okay. You could also use that system as well. Okay, so we just had a look at the system. It is expansive. There's a lot of stuff happening on inside. As a little bit of a recap here, just let me tell you a little bit more about what's about to happen. What you get inside is of the Nadex system with the 5-minute trading, of course, is all the training. That's absolutely free within the system. The web-based platform, which is the 5-minute signals on the web-based system using Chrome. MetaTrader 4 platform as well, in case you don't want to use the web-based, you could use the 5-minute system in there. The chat room, journal keeping secrets, all the indicators of the support and resistance, the DEX MACD, all that kind of good stuff, and private consults with myself. What else could you ask for? I've always wanted to say this, but wait, there's more. Seriously, no, there really is more. There's much more. Because what we want you to learn as much as possible, of course, but we also want to be able to include, okay, all of our signal systems. That means the daily signals, the intraday signals that are 45 minutes to 1 hour, and the SR Max trades that are a 2-hour trade using support and resistance scalping strategy. That's right. You could scalp in and out at certain points to save yourself from money on a loss or gain even extra momentum in the process. Now, why would we do that? Why would we offer you not only the 5-minute side, but the Forex side or the signal side as well? That's really important because giving you the daily signals with the 5-minute is important in the system. That's already included, okay? That's already included in the process of you buying in right now. You could use the code, you could buy in, get everything going. You'll have all of the signals. This way, once you learn, there's no upgrading to something else. Most companies would upgrade you into these extra signals. As another huge add-on, okay, this is going to blow your mind. This is going to make it so There's no way that you could say no at this point. I basically want you to have a chance to have everything we have. And this isn't one of those one-time offer upgrades, okay? This is something, if you want to do it, you can do it. If not, I can completely understand. So from this webinar, if you just buy it at regular price, okay? I forget how much it is, or it's just right down, right below, it'll say how much it is. If you just buy it regular price, because the price may change, okay? So whatever it is right now, it might change. And I'm not saying that to create scarcity or anything else. I'm saying that because it really will. Because as we build these things out, I make these videos. I never know if the price is going to be higher or lower than I state, and I don't have to remake the videos 1,000 times, right? And right now, the price is a really good price right now. So from this webinar, if you buy it at full price, I want to give you everything we have, and not just the Nadex side, but the Forex learning systems as well. And why is that so important? Because there's a huge opportunity. The Forex member side teaches you Simply Forex training and strategy. It gives you the Simply Forex bots and teaches you how to trade with them. It teaches you the Forex series training of what are candlesticks and trends and support and resistance and how to draw the lines. It gives you all the indicators, of course, which you already come with the other system, but it gives you access to learn how to trade using automation, manual, and strategy, and how to manually track all that process as well. Why is that something you would be interested if you're only here to trade Nadex? Well, simply because eventually you're going to diversify your portfolio by adding in other things you can trade. And when you are with a company that is transparent and honest as we are, we want you to be successful. And the only way to make you successful is to give you as much as possible for you to be able to learn and give you opportunity to be able to learn. So with all that said, okay, we have you covered. So now you can trade any time of day, except weekends, of course. You can trade with any device we recommend, PC or Chrome. Oh, I'm sorry. We actually do recommend Chrome. You can learn to trade with 5 minutes and graduate to longer terms. You can learn to trade with a minimum and stay there if you are good, or you can make faster money by being part of that 20%. Or you can even switch altogether and go straight to Forex, or you could trade them both. It doesn't matter. You can learn how to trade with bots or just manual. No matter what, you have a choice. And this program grows by the day. And we want you to be able to meet and talk with us. Joining today will get you some pretty cool deals, and I hope you can take the chance and understand we are here for you. You can reach us by email at cs@dextrader.com, by chat, the chat room, the one that's on the site, or you can also call the office on the phone number on the site between 9 and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. I know that sounds weird, right? Why would a company have a telephone number that you can reach somebody? Well, because we're real, we're transparent, and we're honest. We want you to be able to connect with the individuals, talk to them, know who we are. If you're going to spend money with us, we want you to be here for a while. So I want to get to know you, you want to get to know me, and we want to build this relationship together. So remember, you don't have to pay full price. We have actually discounts, $147 I think it is, and it's $50 off if you buying right now, you just get the Nadex side. That's fine. But if you pay the $147, I'll see that as it coming across from the link that you came in on, and I'll open up access to the entire site to you. That's if you pay the $147. Now, if you don't pay the $147 later on from this system, and you don't pay from it in the beginning, and you want it later on, I don't know if I can really help you because that's something different within the system. But it's two prices of $97 at that point. You'd have to go and buy the other side, and you can use a coupon code for that side, and you'd probably get two sides for $97. So it'd be, what, $180 something, $194 to be exact. So are you saving money at the $147? Yeah, about $50 on top of everything. So you're still saving $50, but you get everything. Cool? If not, then just choose the Nadex side and do your thing, and I'll meet you inside. So join today, and let's get started. My name is Max Farrell. I'm one of the owners of DexTrader.com. I really do hope to see you inside because we want you to get to your idea of success. I hope you found this informational. I hope you buy into what we're trying to help you with. And we have a saying here. And as always, trade well. I'm Max. This is Dex. See you next time.